Hey y'all, welcome back. It is me, BrittReacts, and today we're going to react to Shane Gillis' stand-up monologue from the most recent episode of SNL. Let's see what he has to say.
Shane Gillis.
All right. Thank you.
Why's he laughing?
It's wonderful to be here. Thank you, guys. Yeah, hell yeah. I'll tell you this. This was bumming me out a little. I don't know. I just realized we'll never get to see Donald Trump debate ever again. That kind of a bummer. If you don't like him, that was fun. We had fun, right? That was fun. Now he's in office. That's still funny. Yeah, you guys are having fun. He's already hitting us with like 5th grade level ideas, which is fun. Gulf of America? Do you ever think about that? I like it. Greenland? Ooh. Now I want Greenland. I never even thought about Greenland. Now it's all I think about. My favorite thing with Trump wanting Greenland is, you know how they call Greenland, the Vikings used to call Greenland, and Iceland to like keep people away, when in fact Greenland is ice and Iceland
right.
is green. And I wonder if that trick
Is
Lee
working?
Erickson's trick from 1,000 years
Is it
ago
working on Trump?
made it all the way to 2025, where Donald Trump was staring at a map going,
No, wait, because what if he doesn't realize it's ice? I'm sorry, y'all, that's funny. That is hilarious. It's also funny to me that he chose to like start his monologue talking about Trump because he does by far, unequivocally, the best Donald Trump impression. Huh, why am I in hysterics? What's wrong with me?
to 2025, where Donald Trump was staring at a map going, green. And we love green.
He can never get through it.
I'll miss Biden. Biden was fun. Also hilarious.
Equally so.
My favorite thing about Biden was anytime he was giving his speech, in between teleprompters, his face would go back to being dead. You remember that? He'd be out there like, ah! No, serious. Look, I get it. You guys are pretty liberal here. I understand being liberal, dude. It feels good. It's powerful. It's too powerful, dude. It's like the Sith. You like lose yourself, dude. Somebody says something you don't like at work, you're like,
I'm crying.
do it. All right, now I'm gonna lose you even more for my next trick. There's a thing I've noticed that white guys do,
Really?
and most white guys I know do it, and nobody seems to be talking about it. All right, and it is racist. All right, there's a thing white guys do that whenever they're dating a woman for the first time, they always ask them eventually, "Have you ever
With a black
I
guy?
didn't even finish. Every one of you. It's a weird thing to ask. You shouldn't do it.
No, but why? Why did they ask that? Is that true? Are y'all asking that question? I'm saying y'all because my audience is overwhelmingly white male. Shout out to y'all. I just want to know, y'all out here asking that question? And why does it matter to you if so? I love how awkward he is. He presents so awkwardly, and I think that's like his style, his tactic. I did say on yesterday's reaction to the Zelensky and Trump press conference, if that's what we're calling it, that obviously SNL is they lean, okay, they lean the way they lean, and it is biased, and so I think it's funny that he kind of acknowledged that. All right, let's keep going. I don't know why I'm in stitches like this.
It's a weird thing to ask. You shouldn't do it. All right? You got to find the right time to ask, though. You don't want to go too early with that. You look like a psycho. You don't want to be like on Tinder, like, have you ever had sex with a black guy before? It's a shameful thing to ask. All right? It's weird.
Does anyone pay attention to the band and how either they are super amused or not amused at all? Maybe some of them are dissociating, but there are like 3 people who are not laughing at all, 2 that are like kind of chuckling, and then 2 that just have like an awkward grin. I pay attention to them back there. I do.
Cool thing to ask. All right? It's weird. I've done it. I'm not proud. I've done it. One time I was in the car with the girl I was dating at the time. We were driving home from my friend Jamal's house.
Jamal.
All right. And out of nowhere, the girl I was dating at the time, she just goes, Jamal's handsome. I was like, all right. That's fine with me. I'm not insecure or racist or whatever would make me care about that. But she brought it up, so now I can ask without looking like a psycho. So I was like, have you ever had sex with a black guy? And she goes, ew, no. I was like,
ew.
Jesus Christ, what are you, racist?
Ew, no.
Hey. All right. I'll tell you this. Now that I've got your attention, I'm getting older. I can tell I'm getting older because the only thing I watch is historical documentaries.
Yeah, we know, Shane.
Every night.
It's all you
I put
talk
on historical
about.
documentaries.
It's all you
I also
talk about.
drink a lot, so I don't
Remember
I haven't
them?
retained one piece of information. I turn it on and I'm asleep. I've watched the same episode of World War II in HD. I'm on episode 1. I've been on episode 1 for 4 years. I wake up at 4 a.m. It's still on. Volume at 50. Episode 8, Stalingrad. Just wake up to artillery every night. Just. But my favorite historical documentary is it's called Ken Burns' Civil War. All right? Ken Burns' Civil War, if you haven't seen it, it's 900 hours long. No one on earth has ever finished it. It's kryptonite to women. If you put that on, they will fall asleep immediately, you know? That's a little, they're yapping a little.
My father-in-law is like a historical buff. He was here with us for his last birthday, and I took him to the History Museum, and he loved it. And he, that's all he watches, that and Bonanza. And it is, in fact, a snooze for me. I mean, I immediately will curl up on the couch and go to bed because there's nothing riveting, exhilarating. It could be informative. I don't know. I've never watched it. Kryptonite, ladies and gentlemen.
Put that on, they will fall asleep immediately, That's a little, they're yapping a little. You go, how about some Ken Burns? That's a little Cosby tip for you, actually.
Oh!
Who needs roofies when we have Ken Burns presents The History of the Buffalo on PBS? But Ken Burns' Civil War is my favorite one.
No.
It's the most boring thing you've ever seen. Obviously, there's no footage. It's a Civil War. So all they do is just slowly zoom in on black and white photos while historians talk. And they give you facts and information. But there's one historian, if you've ever seen it, he's the funniest guy in the whole thing. His name's Shelby Foote. All right? Shelby's this old Southern guy who's clearly cheering for the South. The entire documentary. Anytime he's talking, he's like, oh, the South had some fine gentlemen. He's like, all right, Shelby, take it easy.
Tell us how you
But
feel.
historians are at library desks or in an office. Shelby's in his living room,
Gosh.
and he's clearly freestyling. Everyone else is giving you facts and dates. Shelby's clearly just making up stories. Every time the camera cuts to him, he's like, well, now, after the Battle of Fredericksburg, a couple of the rebel soldiers, they got up on the ramparts and they started yelling down to the defeated Federal Army. They yelled out, they said, hey, Johnny Yank, we whipped you today. Now, the Yanks, they didn't like that much, so they yelled back. They said, hey, Billy Red, we're going to lick you tomorrow. You go, what? Why'd you just make up that story?
Yeah, like what?
Of the show. I'm not a historian, but I know that didn't happen. The guys without teeth or shoes, you think that's how they talk to each other after they shot it? Oh, you pulled a fast one on us the other day. No, that real conversation was like, ah!
Shane, what is this? Shane, what is
Get out of
this?
this joke.
Shane, what is this?
I really wanted to talk.
This is Shane, what is this? Did no one review his monologue before he got up? What is this?
Ken Burns with you folks.
Oh,
the only way I can think to get out of it is
Jesus.
Shelby. Shelby is the funniest guy in the whole thing because he loves the South. He's almost like sexual how much he loves the South. Anytime he talks about him, he's like, oh, the women gathered in town when the Southern soldiers marched through. They loved the pageantry. I have here a love letter written
I
from
thought
a
we were
private
getting
from
out of this.
Tennessee back to his sweetheart. It reads, Dearest Clara, tomorrow I go into battle. I may never see you again. Oh, how I wish I could kiss your sweet, supple lips but one more time. Clara, before I go into battle, I do have but one question for you. You ever, that was fun. You guys are great. We got a great show tonight. Tate McRae is here.
All right.
Stick around. We'll be right back.
All right. He did bring it around. It was shame coded. It was awkward. It was history. It was inappropriate. It was cringy. It was all the things. He's got a good Southern situation. Did he do any of that in his skits on the last episode? Let me know. I love Shane Gillis. I love it because he is just awkward and he capitalizes on that. Let me know your thoughts. Go and have the day you deserve. Bye, friends.